So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and today we're going to be taking another look at the DLC 2 image that we accidentally got yesterday from the Call of Duty website. If you aren't aware of this, there'll be a link down below in the description to a video I put up yesterday where we got this image for our second zombies map we're getting for the Black Ops 3 DLC season. Now, since I've put up the initial first video, there's been a few ideas which have crept in my head, and I've done a little bit of research to try and find out where exactly this screenshot or this concept image actually takes place. We worked out that the Der Eisendrache concept art took place in Hohenwerfen Castle in Austria, and I was trying to find a pinpoint kind of location for where this concept image actually takes place, and we have found it. Now, for a long time we have suspected that one of the maps we're going to be getting is going to take place on the island of POHNPEI, an island in the Federated States of Micronesia, and that's because of the coordinates that we've seen in the Shadows of Evil paper scrap. Now, this image we've gotten seems to back this suspicion up fully. Now, when looking at the Micronesian island, it is clear to see that it's covered in a dense forest that is towered over by this mountain which is called POHNPEI, which is, funnily enough, also known as Chicken Shit Mountain. I am not making this up, by the way. That is apparently what it's also known as, but its main name is the POHNPEI Mountain. Now, in this concept art, it seems that the premise of this map takes place in this island area. We have this building, and in the background we can see this mountain where we have lots of lightning bolts coming down, and we believe this to be the POHNPEI Mountain. If we look at images of this mountain in real life and compare it to the concept art image, it matches up to a T. So we can confirm that either the concept art image takes place here, as well as possibly part of the map taking place near this mountain. Now, I say part of the map as with the Der Eisendrache concept art, we had quite a lot of area in that image, and not all of it is used. We do see most of it in the map, but a fair amount of that concept art image is also areas that are out of bounds outside the map which we can't get to. Now, this mountain actually takes place in a area of Pompeii called Palakur. You can see that on a Google Maps here, which shows this is the part of the island which this mountain is apparently set in. There's honestly not a lot of stuff on the internet talking about this mountain besides people saying that it's a very beautiful site and that climbing it is not an option as it's extremely dangerous. So I doubt we'll be able to climb it in the actual map, but I hope it definitely becomes part of the background scenery within the map, as this mountain is apparently a very beautiful sight to see. In my previous video, I mentioned that there is a crashed plane on the far right of the image which looks very reminiscent to Nakda and Totem, but there's also another plane in the image which seems to be on fire flying towards the island, which is, I'm assuming, going to crash. Quite a lot of people suspected this could be the same plane from Mob of the Dead, which we of course build and fly in Mob of the Dead, as well as the one that flies over Shadows of Evil, but I can confirm that's not the case. To me, this looks like a World War II bomber plane. And comparing a World War II bomber plane to the plane that we built in Mob of the Dead, there is a stark difference, and there isn't a resemblance to the Mob of the Dead plane, in my opinion, in this image. I think it would be cool if there was, but I'm pretty sure this isn't the case. Now, at first, to me, it just looked like there was one main building in this image, and you couldn't really see anything else, but if you look at the image on screen here and go behind the tree under the mountain, you can see the building continues on, and it looks like maybe a hallway or a wall on the other side over to another building like the one that we see in the forefront of this image. And also, if you notice on the top of the building, there is a wire which follows from the top of that building over to another building in the background. Now, on the subject of the wire, if you actually look, you'll see a few different sort of antenna looking things on top of this building, and one of them has this kind of weird red light in the middle. And if you don't recognize this, you probably don't, but this is actually something that we can see within the map SHI NUMA. We come over to some of these huts on top of them, you actually notice the exact same area with the small kind of weird little light in the middle, which is very interesting. We've got this foresty setting which seems quite similar to SHI NUMA. We have references from the storyline of a new division group coming into this called Division 9, who just began testing on the island after coming from the Rising Sun facility, which is set in SHI NUMA. It seems a lot of things from SHI NUMA are starting to to intertwine into this map, which is going to be very, very exciting. Now, funnily enough, now that we have this concept art image, if we go back into Der Eisendrache and go into Samantha's bedroom, there is a ton of weird drawings on the wall of Samantha where she's just done lots of weird little scribbles, but there's one picture which shows Samantha in what appears to be this kind of weird foresty area set at night. We can see that because it's dark purpley sky, very similar to the concept art we have for this island map, but we can see tall bushes or almost mountains which look again very similar to this concept art image, and we can see these weird black things towards the front of the picture that almost look like some weird trees or plants or maybe even some sort of creatures. Now, this is just one way to look at it, but almost to me it seems Samantha was almost giving us a hint already at this map because it looks so similar to this image that perhaps once in maybe Samantha's dreams or maybe in the storyline that we'll find out, perhaps Samantha did indeed visit this island map that we're going to be visiting. I'm not sure how that would fit into the story, but it looks like she's drawn a very similar looking area where she's in and doesn't look very happy. Now, that's just open to interpretation, but there's another painting around the map that I want to point out to you guys, and it's during the wolf bow steps where you have to activate all of the pictures in order, and one of the images shows what looks like a castle with the weird kind of tentacles from the boss that we see in Shadows of Evil coming out of the sky there, and it has the exact same color sky as this concept art image for the island map, as well as the lightning which we see in the map as well. Now, we do see a castle in this painting, which made me think at first this was related to Der Eisendrache, but we don't see a castle in this sort of shape. In the background, it looks like a very, very tall, thin castle, whilst the one that we see in Der Eisendrache is kind of laid out very, very differently. And we have what looks like this mountain area here. We can see bits of fire, and we have the lightning bolts very, very close to the top of this mountain. So it could be a fair assumption that this painting could also be a look at the island map. But aside from that, that's all I have today for this video. But if you guys did find this informative and you enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like rating. I really, really would appreciate all the support you guys are leaving. And if you've got any thoughts or you found out anything else about this image which I haven't covered in this video, let me know and discuss it in the comment section down below. Now, if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so, because I'll keep you guys up to date with the latest on Black Ops 3 Zombies DLC, of course, with this one and the future ones, and any more information we get about this map I'll bring to you guys as quick as possible. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on another one very, very soon.